What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the real estate market. What's happening with it? Is the market crashing? What are the current market conditions? And ultimately, how does this affect wholesaling real estate? I know a lot of my subscribers are in the wholesaling real estate business, and I run multiple different businesses, and my main business that makes me the most money is wholesaling real estate. So with the market changing, that really affects my main business. So how am I pivoting? How am I adapting? What do you need to do in order to be ahead of the changes in the market and be successful? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video. Also, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you go down below, hit the red button and subscribe. It helps me reach more people and impact more lives. So I'd really appreciate it if you go do so. But other than that, let's get right into the video. That's right. So today we're going to be talking about the real estate market, what's going on with it, right? What are the current market conditions? So first, I'm going to be covering things that we are seeing in the market and different data and different analytics that are going on in the market that are showing us we are in for a change. After I explain those things to you so that way you understand what's going on in the market, then we're going to talk about how this affects wholesaling real estate and what I see for the future in the next coming months. So let's get right into it. So what's going on in the market? The market is definitely in for a correction and it is starting to cool. We are seeing inventory rise and we are seeing buyer demand slow. Now we're seeing this happen for many different reasons. The number one main reason though is because the Fed has raised interest rates so rapidly. Now this has pushed a lot of buyers out of the market because they can no longer afford their mortgage payment because interest rates have risen. So if they were looking for a $400,000 house at a 3% interest rate and they could afford that, now that interest rates have pretty much doubled, they can afford like a $200,000 house. And if you're in a market like Phoenix, Arizona, the average home price right now is $450,000. So all those buyers that were looking at $400,000 houses that are now looking at $200,000 houses, that's all they can afford, just got pushed out of the market. They no longer have any buying power. So now there's way less buyers in the market, creating way less demand. And so the buyers that are left in the market that can afford these new interest rates get to be way more picky. They don't have to pay over asking price. They don't have to buy the houses that are on main roads that back to power lines, stuff like that. They can be more picky and actually find the house that they want. And so that's making properties sit on the market for longer. We are seeing average days on market for listings, active listings on the market across the country go up. They're sitting on the market for much longer. Not only are we seeing the average days on market of active listings for sale on the market rise, we are also seeing 1 in 5 homeowners that are listing their property on the market do a price reduction. They're lowering their price. And just a few months ago, we were having buyers pay $20,000, $40,000, $50,000 over asking price in order to get a house. And now the sellers are lowering their price. And because of this, because houses aren't flying off the shelf and because so many buyers got pushed out of the market, we are seeing inventory numbers rise across the country, right? There is so much more inventory sitting for sale on the market. And there's a lot of sellers out there that are in denial. They don't understand why they're not able to get $1 million when their neighbor just sold for $1 million a couple months ago. And what they don't realize is a month ago's price is not today's price. The market has taken a change very rapidly. And another reason we're having these market changes is look at the economy. We're not in a stable economy right now, and it looks like we're heading for a recession, right? And so what do people do when we're in a place like this where change is happening and there's a lot of unknown and we're headed for a recession? People get scared and they stay in place. They don't make big purchases. They don't move around. They sit and they hunker down for the storm. And that's what we're seeing. So that's why we're seeing so many less sales and transactions going on in the real estate market across the country. There's a lot less people buying houses. There's a lot less people selling houses. And that's because we're in a place of unknown with the economy, with the market, with the country. And so people are sitting in place, not doing much of anything. Now, because there's less sales and transactions going on, any real estate related business is struggling or they're having to make changes. Real estate investors, wholesalers, realtors, title companies, any business that is surrounded by real estate is, having to make changes and doing less business right now. The only people that aren't really affected by the market changing as far as how they make money in real estate is a buy and hold investor that owns a bunch of real estate that just cash flows every month off his rentals, because somebody's always got to have somewhere to live. And so as long as rents stay high, they're good. But people like wholesalers, real estate investors, and realtors and title companies and all that, our income is based off of transactions and sales. And if overall transactions and sales slow down, everybody's going to be making less money. And there's just no doubt about that. Now, that's what I'm seeing in the market. Now, as a real estate wholesaler, investor, fix and flipper, what are we going to do to weather the storm, get through the few months of it being slow? What you need to realize is a good deal is always a good deal, right? As long as you're buying a property at a super low discount, you're always going to make money. So how are you going to be able to get deals at a super low discount? During times like this, you need to be sharpening your sales skills. You want to be locking up deals at 50 cents on the dollar, and you're definitely going to be able to sell them for 60, 65 cents on the dollar and make good money. So in times like this, where there is less people out there wanting to buy your wholesale deals, you just need to lock them up lower. As long as the deal is discounted enough, you will always have a buyer. So negotiate well, master your sales skills, lock up deals lower, and you will always have a buyer. That's one of the issues that us wholesalers are seeing right now. A lot of the buyers that we had a month ago no longer want to buy. They want to wait to see what happens. And I think that's going to be only a couple month period, because let's face it, right? These flippers and the people that were buying our deals, they can't sit on the sidelines for too long. That's how they make their living. So they're going to start needing to buy our deals once again. But as long as you're getting the deal at a good enough discount, they will always be around to buy. So make sure you sharpen your sales skills. Make sure you get these deals locked up at a discount. Also, during a couple months like this where business slows, you can tighten up your expenses, right? You can spend a little bit less money as things change and then ramp that marketing right back up as we start to turn the corner. I truly believe we are only going to have a slow patch for a few months. For me and a lot of my buddies that are wholesalers that own a 7-figure real estate wholesaling business, they think that this feels exactly the same as when COVID hit. Back through January through March of 2020, when COVID happened and everybody was locked down at home, business slowed for us wholesalers, but it only lasted a few months because people needed to sell, people needed somewhere to live, and wholesalers needed to find deals, and flippers needed to buy deals in order to make a living. So I truly believe, and a lot of my buddies that own big wholesaling businesses think this will only last a few months. And personally, I love wholesaling way more when it's a buyer's market. We've been in a seller's market for so long now where sellers were getting whatever price that they wanted, and it's actually made wholesaling a little bit difficult because every single seller wants way too much money for their property. So I can't wait for the sellers to get a reality check that, hey, yesterday's price isn't today's price, and you're going to need to, be reasonable. And then I want it to be a buyer's market, so then the buyers can be a little bit more picky, which, yes, that means they're not going to be paying as much, but wholesaling, we always need our buyers. You don't want to go into a market where there isn't buyers. That's rule number one for wholesaling. You got to pick a market where there's buyers. As wholesalers, our business thrives off buyers. And so for it to be a buyer's market is better for me, and I find it more fun to wholesale when it's a buyer's market. Ultimately, it is still a great time to be learning about real estate, learning about wholesaling, and getting into the business. It is truly exciting times. We are getting into a place in the next couple months where wholesaling is going to be amazing, and all of us wholesalers are going to make way more money. So I'm truly excited. It's all about just being better at sales, negotiating more, locking up deals at a lower price, and tightening up on your expenses a little bit for the next few months. But after that, us wholesalers will be skyrocketing to the top and achieving more success than ever. So that being said, if you guys thought this video was helpful, so that way you know how to navigate these market conditions, please make sure to hit the like button. Also, make sure to go down below, hit the red button, and subscribe to the channel. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.